Hey everyone! Hello, hello! Yay! Boy, we've got some. We're really yikes. Okay, relax. The dogs are all worked up. We had some excitement in the neighborhood. Hoping that my neighbors are okay. Uh, there's a cross street from the street where I live on that is well populated. This is a very well populated neighborhood, and there was a fire there in the early hours of the morning. When I woke up around 6, it was still going on. Um, and so yeah, it was kind of exciting and scary at the same time. But everybody I hear is okay. 2 people have had some serious injuries, but they didn't say burn. So I don't know what's going on there. I'll find out more as we go along. But they got the whole road blocked up and everything, and just kind of scary. There's a school down the street as well. So it's one of those like kind of tucked away neighborhoods and very very well populated. You just don't ever think that things like this are going to happen. So I'm a little bit off this morning, so I apologize for that. But yeah, hi everybody. Good morning. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. It is Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week, and beautiful, fearless leader. Oh, thank you, Kirsten. Good morning to everyone. So Wednesday is usually a quiet day for us, but today we're gonna work on a card that I made, and I'm going to hopefully be able to give you the file because we've figured out a workaround until the developers can figure out what's going on there. I don't think they think it's that important, but it is. It's important to me. Anyway, this is the Hello Sunshine. Hello Sunshine. No, that's Ain't No Sunshine. So this is the Hello Sunshine Polaroid card that I put together, and it could be a Valentine, or it could be just something to send to somebody because you miss them or you just love them and you want to send them a card. So I'm going to show you how I put this card together, and I'm also going to talk about envelopes because yesterday we kind of touched on envelopes. These are square cards, so finding pre-made envelopes for square cards it's possible, but it's a little bit tricky. So I want to show you what to do if you just want to make your own card. And actually make your own envelope, and I did make an envelope for this one that would also work with the llama card we did yesterday. Let me grab that. And here's the llama card. Do. See? So we can make our own envelopes. I just don't usually like to make envelopes when it's a standard card size. So this is a non-standard card size. So I want to show you what I did to make the envelopes. I also want to give you a few helpful hints on paper selection. I happen to make this entire card out of 8.5 by 11-inch cardstock. And people always ask me, where do I get it? So I wanted to show you that on Joann's at their website. Here it is. So Joann.com is having a sale right now. I don't know for how long. I can't figure out their sales, but but you can get these 8.5 by 11-inch packs of paper. They're 50 sheets of solid core, usually about 65-pound cardstock, and you can get them in these sort of samplers. Like this one's rainbow, this one's jewel, this one is pastels. There's quite a few. They also have plain colors such as white and black, which we always need. I use these whites for all my card bases because it's like perfect for just about any size card, 5x7, because you need it to be 10x7. And then an A2 card, you need it to be, you can actually make 2 cards out of one sheet. So these are really great to pick up. When you're buying them, though, don't get too crazy, because when you kind of like go down here, so they're all 2 for $5, but if you go down to this stuff here where it's called value cardstock paper pad, that's 12x12, which is not 2 for $5. But what I want to point out here is that the paper is printed. It says it right on here, uh, printed cardstock. What does that mean for you? Well, it does mean that it has a solid white core to it. Now, this may or may not bother you, but when you're cutting with a Cricut, the sides or the pieces are very pronounced because they're cut so exactly, that when you cut them, you will see that white core at certain pieces. If that doesn't bother you, then go ahead and buy that kind of paper. But I just wanted to just give you that little caveat. So for $2 for $5, for $5, you're going to get 100 sheets. If you're buying the 8.5x11, you're going to get 100 sheets of paper. Let's say we bought these two, and look, there's 5 different colors in these assortments, which is great. And then they also have like black, white, and craft. So I might pick up some, even though I've got so much cardstock. It's good cardstock. It cuts beautifully on the Cricut. If you don't have Joanne near you, which I think is unusual, but unless you're like in the UK or in Australia or something, I don't know where you guys go for your cardstock, but I really do like this cardstock for making cards, because working with a 12x12 sheet of paper, there's a lot of scrap, and I like to be able to kind of control my waste. So this is what I use. So if you're interested, the sale's going on. Today's Wednesday. I don't know. Do they end on Saturdays or something? So you maybe have a couple of days to pick it up. I've actually picked up some of this pink, and it's gorgeous. I think I might grab some of this orange and this one here called Mermaid, which is really pretty. So worth it. The other 8.5x11 that I usually purchase is at Michael's, and they have a sale, but the sale's not that great. Um, so I don't know if they're kind of like learning that everybody's using their paper for their Cricuts. But if you go under paper craft and you go to paper, there we go, all paper, you will see this is their 8.5x11 cardstock paper. This is called Recollections, and it does come in quite a few colors. Both, if you're looking for the same colors, like non-samplers, they have added to this. So there's like quite a few colors here. There's craft, black, blue, gray, white, linen. So this is one of my favorite colors. So I might pick some of that up. I got to go over to Michael's today anyway. So it's buy one, get one 50% off. So that's normally $6. And so buy one, get one, that would be $9 for 100 sheets. Whereas at Joann's, it's $5. So it's almost half price. So this might not be the time to pick up unless you need a very specific color at Michael's. Okay. Um, and let's also, before we get started, just kind of talk about what's going on in the giveaway scene. So we've got 2 giveaways going on right now. We have the regular February giveaway, which is open to anybody. You just have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then once you're subscribed, like, comment, or share on any of the videos. We're giving away 5 Cricut Bright Pad Go tablets this month. Their retail value of $100 and they are chargeable. It's great little portable lighting for everything that you need it for. I love my little Bright Pad Go. And so you can win that. And there is a link that I will put in every of the video. I'll put it in the video so you can go ahead and click through the link where you can subscribe or do, the like and follow and comment, um, like, share, and comment. And then go ahead and you go to the link for Rafflecopter. The second one we've got going on is I'm getting reports that they're having a little difficulty with the link. I got to go check that after this call, after this video. But we are giving away a raspberry. I am giving away a raspberry Cricut Cutie. Here she is, Raspberry Cricut Cutie. I will pick the winner on Monday for Valentine's Day because it's raspberry colored. And in order to get your name in on that, and I would go ahead and get your name in on that because there are very few entries so far, and that might be due to the link not working, but I'll check it. But anyway, so the link for that, what you need to do is you need to go on TikTok. And we're doing that because, well, TikTok's new and a lot of people are on there. And yeah, there's a lot of junk on there, but they said the same thing about Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. So we're going to use it for positivity and making and learning. So if you follow me there, and I will probably follow you on back because that's kind of like how you build up your following. So if you follow me on there, I will follow you back. But you can also get your name in for this Raspberry Cutie. Once we do the Cutie giveaway on Monday, we will do another Cutie giveaway. So I have quite a few, so we'll keep that up and we'll change it all around. And to, if you want to enter for the TikTok thing, you do have to download the app in the App Store or in the Android store. And so, sorry, there's just a lot going on in my neighborhood today. And it's kind of bugging Lola. Anyway, it's bugging Lola. Anyway, so those are the two giveaways. And then also on Saturday night at 7:00, we're going to have our monthly Zoom call. And anybody's invited to come and pop in and say hello. If you've never done Zoom before, it's fun. As long as you can kind of get over the fact that you're on video, because what I always do, because like I'm always on Zoom calls nowadays, and I always hide my self view, because what I don't realize is that that's what other people are seeing, not what I actually look. I don't know. It's just, you got to get over that shyness or that feeling of, I'm on video, so it's just a fun time where a bunch of us get together and we just sort of talk about things and get to put the face and the name together, which I really love. And I get to meet some people that are, friends that I've had for now 2 years. And that's kind of, that's what that's about. So that's on Saturday night at 7:00. It will also be streamed on YouTube and I think Facebook, but I'm not sure because last time I did it, I had to do a special, I had to do something special to make it stream to YouTube. So got to figure out. So the Zoom is on Saturday night. Okay, at 7:00. All right. So let's get started here. So I had this idea. I don't know. I kind of got a little hooked from yesterday's llama card, and I got this idea that I wanted to make a Polaroid picture card. Just a little tiny bit of history about me. My father who's passed now 10 years. But my father, for the, I don't know, almost 40 years, decades really, worked for Polaroid, which was located in Cambridge, Massachusetts, near Harvard University, and was started by a man called Edwin Land. My father knew very well. And he is the sort of the guy that developed the protocol or developed instant film. So he really started off, and Steve Jobs really was was a huge fan of Edwin Land, and so there's a lot of influences that happen from people, and Edwin Land is sort of one of those guys that sort of influence technology, and I've always been fascinated by his story. So one of the things I was going through pictures with my mom. I think I've told you I brought a bunch of pictures over to her, and quite a few of them were in by Polaroid. Now, Polaroid, I mean, it was early technology. It wasn't the greatest pictures, but it had like you could tell it was a Polaroid based on the picture, because it always had this sort of square at the bottom, thicker. And I just thought, wouldn't it be fun to do something with a Polaroid picture? So I went on the hunt looking for something, and I came up with this card. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to give you this card. I just want to show you how I came up with it. Okay. So the first thing I thought of was, what can I put inside of the Polaroid? And I thought, wouldn't a nice, happy little sun be nice? So let's go ahead and I'm going to save this so that I can share it with you. But let's go ahead and start from scratch. So I went over here to images, and I put in, first I put in Polaroid picture, and to see what came up, and it's very, even though Polaroid, yeah. So here we go. So there's quite a few of these Polaroid, and here's one right here that is just plain. So I'm going to choose that one, and then I'm going to look for something like a happy sun. That's what I'm going to put in and see what I get. And there's quite a few. I think I chose, let's see, I think I chose this. I thought I chose this one, but it didn't have the cloud. I didn't want a cloud on it. So, let's have a look. This is one with sunglasses. And where's my little happy sun without the cloud? I might be able to take the cloud off. So, you know what I think I'll do is, this is the one that I want. I know for a fact this is the one I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the triple dots and go over here and view the image set, because it might have the sun without the clouds in it. This comes from Miss Kate Cuttable's Summer Memories. And there are quite a few that we have here. This one is really adorable. It's not the exact one I did. So let's just choose a couple. All right. So we're going to add those to the canvas. We'll come back to the images, and I'll show you where I got that burst from. So we're adding those two images, the Polaroid and the happy face sun there. And let's have a look at what is all about. Wow, this sun is pretty, no, I don't want this sun. All right, let's try this sun. Okay, please, honey bear, will you stop? I like this sun. This is actually the sun that I want. I just don't want this cloud. So I'm just going to take away this cloud. Yeah, don't want that. And here is my sun. I don't need all this other stuff. I just need for it to have 3 layers. So I'm getting rid of all these layers. Come over here, Missy. Come over here. Come over here. Sorry. She's all worked up. All right, so I need only those 3 layers. Now, the other thing that I noticed about this Polaroid is it's sort of backward. I really want the Polaroid to be, the cutout be that white part. So what I'm going to do, oops, is I'm going to go over here to shapes, and I'm going to, here you go, honey. I'm going to choose a square, and I'm going to slice this square onto my Polaroid. So I'm going to make my square as big. Let's move over. And don't worry about size just yet, okay? So I have my Polaroid and a square in front, and then I'm going to choose slice, which is over here. And what that's going to do is reverse the image for me, right? Here, this is the old image. This is the new image, but it actually put an extra like thing around it. So I'm going to go to contour and contour that out. So now we have the Polaroid, I think. Do we not? No, we do not. Durr, Rita, what am I doing? What am I doing? All right, let me just go back to images, and we're going to type in Polaroid and see what happens. I don't know why I did that. My brain's a little bit confused today, and I do apologize. So I'm going back to the image, and I'm going to type in Polaroid. All right. I don't want it to be, so this is more like it. You see this or this. I picked the one that it was not white around it. So sometimes you got to go back and get what you need. So let's choose this one instead. All right. And let's get rid of these because they're confusing me. All right. So here is what I want. Let's make it bigger so you can see it. Now you see there's a little heart there. We could choose to take it off or leave it on. We'll figure out what we're gonna do when we get to that point of putting together the sun. But here I am just taking the sun and putting it in here, and it seems like it's a little bit too big. So I'm going to make it smaller, and that might fit better. So let's just group this so it makes it easier since there are 3 layers. So this is starting to look really cute. Again, don't worry about the size. We'll fix that in the change up. Okay, so now I kind of had this idea of like the picture with a sunburst sort of like sort of bursting out of the actual picture. Okay, so I'm going to go over again to images, and this time I'm going to go to all images and image sets, because I seem to remember that there is an image set, and I think it's called elegant edges, but I'm gonna just put in the word edge. It might be edge to edge. So edge to edge, elegant edges, and edge to edge 2 are great little projects, or great little places to find images. And I did find a like sunburst one. There it is. So there's a sunburst one. So let's pull that in. Now we can start talking about like composition. So this here is only one, it's only got one color. So what we want to do is add a background here so that it's it's double color, right? So let's go ahead first and change this to, I don't know, a really sunny yellow. And then what we're going to do is duplicate it, go to contour down here again, and we're going to hide all the contours, and we're going to make it a contrasting color of yellow. but not orange. Okay. So let's try this kind of not really yellowy, but you get the idea, right? And I'm going to arrange it to the back. So now I have a front and back um, to my thing. Now I have to, I'll group it together. Whoops, what did I do? Ungroup. Yeah, I'm really not doing well here. Okay, move over, sun. Okay, so here we've got our sunburst and we have our Polaroid picture, and obviously it's way too big. So I'm going to move it over here and resize it to cover like the circle part where the sun's going to be. And I might even like kind of tilt it this way because I think it would look sort of cute and jaunty. So that looks pretty cool. And then we're going to take our sun. Let's move the sun, arrange him to the front, and we have to resize him so he fits within the Polaroid picture. This is great. I think this looks really cute. But it does need some sort of saying. And so we're going to go back to images. Hopefully it let me go back. And images, all images. I want to just go to all images. I get stuck with this. Browse all images. Maybe it's that. Okay. And then let's put something in like sunshine and see what we get. Like I like a saying like you are my sunshine or something like that. And so let's go ahead and look. And this was really cute. Hello, sunshine. But it's drawn, and I don't want to put a drawn element on top of a cut element in this case. So I kind of like this one because it's two colors. It's hello, sunshine. All right. And I think what we'll do is we'll make this green blue because it will sort of pick up this blue on the Polaroid. And so over here where it says hello, we're just going to go and select on that particular part, that little layer, and let's make it a really bright blue. It's different than the blue from the background of the sun, and that's on purpose. Okay. And then the sunshine is, I think, could be one of the yellows. So I'm going to go over to color sync and I'm going to switch it to this yellow, that background yellow. The only thing is, just from experience that I know, is that this is going to be very difficult to cut out and place because this is going to be sort of a rough area and you've got really tiny elements. This S is detached and the top of the I is detached. So what I always suggest is that you use offset. Offset is right up here. Okay. And you just click on that and maybe not a huge offset. So I think I'd probably want to do it as 0.125, which is what, like an eighth of an inch. And I think a rounded corner here, and let's hit apply. Now, what that's going to do, as long as it takes my apply, is it's going to just create sort of like a bed for my image, you see. And I don't know, maybe make this color like orange. I think that would be kind of cool. What did I make it? Yeah, I did. I made it orange. So let's see, orange. And we might be getting a few too many colors. So let's have a look at that. I think if we make the background of the sun the same orange as this, that would be a good thing. So, and it would also make our sun pop a little bit more. So let's do that. And, yeah, I think then we'll be okay. So we're going to go over here to color sync. And we're going to look for, see that right there? There's my background to my sun. So I'm going to drag that to my hello color. And now you'll see my sun does really pop, which is really cool. And so now it's starting to look like, I really, really like this. I think maybe the sunshine is too, it's going to fade there. So I'm going to also color sync it, that one that says hello sunshine, over to, let's see, where is it? Hello sunshine. Here it is, sunshine. It's just sunshine. I'm going to move it over so that it's matching that color. But because it's on the background, it's going to be easy to see. You see? So now we have almost a completed card, right? Wasn't that easy? And so let's go ahead and group this together, just so it's easy to move around. Now we can start also talking about size. This is right now size at 7.5, which is rather big for a square card. Usually square cards are like 4, 5, or 6 inches. I like the 5-inch one. So I'm just going to go up here and change the width. Because it's locked, I'm going to change it to 5. Okay. I know it looks a little small, but it's going to come out great. So we need to create a base for the card. And this has a rounded edge, right? See that? It has that rounded edge. So what we're going to do is go over to shapes. And we're going to choose the shape that's a square with a rounded edge. Now, if you hover your mouse over any one of these, it will tell you what the shape is. This one's half circle. This one's a circle. This one's an oval. This is the one we want. Square with rounded corners. Okay. Perfect. So let's move this guy over here and we'll size it for 5 inches. But we need to have a back to the card, so let's duplicate it. Duplicate over here. As I mentioned before, I like my bases to be white. It's just sort of, I don't know, me. You can do whatever you'd like, but so I'm going to change my bases to white. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of touch these two together ever so gently. Okay? Ever so gently, they're touching. They're overlapping just like by a hair. Okay? And what I'm going to do is select them both. And I'm first going to go to align right here. And I'm going to align bottom because I want them to be exactly aligned. And once they're exactly aligned, I'm going to then come over here and I'm going to weld them together. Now, this takes a little practice, so don't, if you come back and there's a line still there, it means that you didn't get them close enough, okay? But here it is. Here's my card base. All I need to do is add a sentiment if I want, and the score line. Score lines are found under shape, and it's the top one. See, it's a score. So we're just going to add one score. And where is it? Here it is. Comes in here. And then we're just going to stretch it from where the notch is down to the bottom notch. Okay. So there's my score line. I can select these and attach it. You have to attach your score lines or else they'll just appear sort of on some random mat. It's weird. So there's your score line. Do we want to add a sentiment? Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's add a sentiment. Hold on. So what should we put? The thought that I came up with was, "You light up my life." Does anybody remember that song? Oh my gosh, I was a kid when that song, "You light up my life." I don't know. It's just kind of fun, and it's sort of a throwback day with this Polaroid and everything. So I kind of like that. So I'm going to go over here to T and add a text box, and I'm going to type out, "You light up my life," like this. But in this case, I want to use a pen. I want to write this in there. So I'm going to have to go looking for a writing sample of my text box. Okay. So I'm going to go up here where it says font, and this is plain old Cricut Sans. So we're going to use that drop down box. right? And this is, you get all of these. And what you're going to do, if because I'm looking for writing, I'm going to go over here to filters, and I'm just going to select writing. Then it weeds it down, not a whole lot, but it does weed down the number of fonts available for writing. So you can see these ones that are like they're skinny, so they look like writing, and so those are the ones that I'm going to choose from. And let's see, I've been, as I mentioned, I think yesterday, I've been like really interested, fascinated really with these DTC fonts lately. So this one's called Harvest Moon, which is kind of funny because we're doing a thing about the sun. So let's try Harvest Moon. Oh, it's so cute, isn't it? So you light up my life. It's a little bit big, so I'm gonna make it smaller, and I might even stretch it out a little tiny bit. But that is so cute. And then I really like that, so I'm going to select this and attach. Now let's talk about envelopes. So we've got our card front, we have our card base with the inscription. Let's talk about envelopes. As I mentioned, envelopes that are square are hard to come by. So it's a good idea to make them. And I use patterned paper that is one-sided, though you could use two-sided paper if you wanted to. And in fact, actually, for the sample, I do have a two-side. So first we have to find that square envelope. So I'm going to images again, and I'm just going to type in square envelope. Square envelope. And sadly, it doesn't come up with a whole lot of choices, okay? So let's see here. There's a couple of choices at the very top that have these sort of marks in them. So I want to talk about those. This is from an old image set, a cartridge. And this was before scoring was available for the Cricut. So we're going to sort of bring it into the new world and add scoring to it. These little cuts right here are actually cuts, and they sort of stood in for where you would do the scoring. Okay, but we don't want those, but we're going to choose this, and let's add it. Now, first things first, we got to make it the right size. So we're going to go back to shapes again, and we're going to choose our square, and we're going to make our square 5.1 inch, right? And the reason why I give it a little bit of like breathing room there. So now I can take my square and sort of be stretching the envelope so that it fits within those little cut lines. You see that? And I think it needs to be just a scooch, just a tiny bit bigger. Okay, there we go. Now we don't need this square anymore, so let's get rid of it. But you see here, see these little lines here? We don't want those. Those are cut lines. So we're now going to go over to contour, which is down here. And we are going to take those little cut lines by hide all contours. So now we have our envelope, but we need to add score lines. So we're going to go back to shapes, my favorite place. I love shapes. And we're going to add a shape here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it. Whoops, stretch it down here. There's one. I'm going to duplicate it. So it goes over here. Put it in that place. Now we need them over the top. So let's duplicate it again. And we're going to turn it so that it's on the top, and just go ahead, and then we'll do that again. We'll duplicate that one and put it on the bottom. And now we have a reworked envelope. All right, but we do have to attach those score lines. So when we attach them, we now have scoring here. which you can use if you have a maker. You can use a scoring wheel. If you have a Explorer or any of those kinds of machines, you can use your scoring stylus. I tend to use my scoring stylus, and so I'm going to show you how to work around if you have a maker and you don't want to use your scoring wheel. So I'm just going to cut this out today, which is the envelope. We're going to hit make it. And you see it says score and basic cut. So I'm going to hit continue. And I'm going to get ready my paper with my mat. I need to clean my mats because they're not very sticky. So I've been using masking tape to hold my paper down. So if my mat is not sticky, you can use that. So here we go. And I'm going to choose medium cardstock. Now here you see that because I have a maker, I'm getting prompted that I'm going to use my scoring wheel. However, I don't want to use my scoring wheel. I instead would like to use my scoring stylus, which is the thing that goes into clamp A, and it works really well. So it works well, especially for cards. So I want to go here to edit tools and choose scoring stylus instead. All right. And what will happen is, let's go over to my machine. This is the maker. Hope you can see that. We got a lot of sunshine today. Perfect for this card. So here is my two-sided paper. This happens to be from Echo Park, Birthday Wishes. It's called, do they list the, it's called Girl Stripes. All right. So you have this, scoring takes place first. So once you hit the flashing C, you'll notice that the scoring is happening in the middle of the envelope. The reason why I don't like to use the scoring wheel all the time is because it requires you to take out the blade, which goes into clamp B. So I just two-step processes sometimes mess me up. So that's where this comes in handy. It just automatically goes into the cutting part of the project. As far as the cutting out of the card, I will tell you that for the smaller pieces like the sentiment, the hello sunshine, I did use a special material setting called cardstock for intricate cuts. Let me just go up here so you can see what that is. So if you go up here, when you're selecting your material, there is a green hyperlink called Browse All Materials. If you click on that, you will see that there are these categories, and there's a lot of them. We're going to go to the cardstock category, which is here. And you see this cardstock for intricate cuts. If you're cutting things that are very, very small, such as this, you want to use this setting. It really does a fantastic job. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this all together. I guess we'll do the envelope first since we just finished cutting it. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a good view here. And we'll move all of these pieces from the card. I cut out more than one because I wanted to send this to a few of the seniors at my mom's place. So here we go. Here's my paper for the envelope. You see that? And this is kind of why I don't like to make my own envelopes, is because it uses up a lot of good paper. So there, you can't hardly see it, but here are the 4 score marks. I'm just folding at the score. And I think I want this on the inside. So I'm going to fold up this bottom and these 2 sides. And usually envelopes go with the flaps on the left first. If you want, you can use this to make your flaps. Now, if you were going to mail this, I should tell you that I think square envelopes require hand canceling, which might be more expensive. So you might need to talk to them. Also, if you're going to mail this, I probably would turn it this way so that the outside I can write on. Okay. But this I'll hand deliver when I go visit my mom. And here we go. All right. And I'm just going to need a tiny bit of glue. I'm going to put it here and here. I think I might need a tiny bit here. So I think I put too much. I did put too much. There we go. All right. So there's my envelope. Here's the top. Now, there you go. I usually seal my envelopes with like a sticker, but you could also kind of glue them or put a little glue dot to close them up, especially if your hand, or you can use double stick tape, like a little tiny dot of double stick tape. Not a dot, but you know what I mean. All right, so let's do this card. So here's my little card. This actually, the sample one is kind of messed up a little bit. I don't know if you could see that in the preview, but I did. And I was like, ah, man, that's kind of messed up because I was playing around with that saying. So here's our base. The You Light Up My Life. So let's just fold that. We can put it aside. And let's go in search of all the little pieces. So here's our sun, a little sun thing. I think it's supposed to go this way because, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to go. So here, those are our 2 layers there. And then we've got our little Polaroid, the background in blue, which we're going to put there. And then my sun is that orange, remember? And then we're going to take, I just want to check. Okay, so we're going to take this little piece of brown and it's going to go, it's specially shaped. It's going to go right here so that it's not covering the cheeks. Okay, but it's going to cover up the eye and the mouth area. And that is so that the eyes and mouth will stand out. Hi, pretty girl. Now you're nice and quiet. That's good. All right. So I just had to get this going. I'm using a precision tip glue bottle. Here's my little piece here. It's pretty small. Meh. There we go. Just like that. But it's covering part of the cheek. So let's move it over a tiny bit. Okay. And then here it is. So we're going to just glue this right onto the back. I think on chat they're having a discussion about envelopes, which it's only us, right? Only the, people like us that have these discussions about things of such importance, including envelopes. So I love that. I'm in my tribe, as they say. I love being among people that talk about the stuff that I like to talk about. Other people, politics, blah, blah, who cares? Envelopes, paper size, that sort of thing. Now, those are my people. All right, so here's my Polaroid. Remember, I'm going to sort of, skew it like this, but I'm going to make my sun right not skewed, if that makes sense. I'm going to make sure it's front and center. And so let's get ourselves a little bit of glue on the back of this. And definitely you want to use if you can, a precision tip glue if you can. If you can't, you can use little things such as like match the backs of matches, or you know, not the match side, but toothpicks and things like that if you don't have a precision tip. But it's really cool to get the precision tip. And if you can't get it through the glue company, which I use either Art Glitter Glue, or here's my other favorite, Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. You can buy these bottles with these precision tips on Amazon. Okay, so now we've got this ready, and then we've just got to glue these two things together. This might require a little bit of a bigger nozzle for our glue. Why don't we'll spread it out a little bit more. Still not a lot, okay? You really want to go sparingly. You just want it to have a teeny tiny bit of tack that is going to stick, but you can always go back and sort of sneak a little bit of glue in a place where maybe it didn't get glued or it's not sticking down. Too much glue can lead to warping of your project, or it takes a long time to dry, or it sometimes will seep out between the layers, and we just don't like that. Okay, so here's our sunshine, our burst of sunshine. And I think, yeah, this, like this, yeah. There we go. And then we can take the Polaroid picture, and we're covering up that, and you know, we could do it this way. I kind of like it like this, like it's sort of jaunty. Didn't I use that word, jaunty? I like it. Okay, so we're gonna glue this on. All right. And again, as I mentioned, I used all 8.5 by 11-inch paper for this. So this was easy to get all the different colors and to use some of my scrap. So here we go. Here is the card, but not the sentiment done. I'm saving that for last because there is some detail work there that I want to point out. And then I'm just going to use some double stick tape and tape the card base right on top of the card base. Tape the card front onto the card base. While I'm doing this, I just want to tell you, I've got a fun project tomorrow. It's also another original. I cannot wait to show it to you. I'm still working on some of the details, but definitely it's a retro thing. Why is this not coming off? Come on. Let's go on the other side. It's a retro thing. Remember 45s, 45 records? It's really a throwback to 45 records. So I think you're gonna like it. So I hope you come tomorrow. And then on Friday, Freebie Friday, I've been going back and forth on what I want to do, but I think what I'll do is a freebie from Simply Crafty SVGs. So you can find it at simplycraftysvgs.com. And I'll show where it is later on, probably tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. They're having a sale. I think it's, whoop, I almost put it on wrong. See? And there we go. All right. So most of our card is done. What's going on here? This is that piece of tape that was giving me a hard time. Might need to add a little bit of glue. Yeah. So here's an example. Just going to put a teeny bit of glue there to hold that in place. All right. Let's talk about the Hello Sunshine because it's very detailed. We created an offset layer, and then here is this piece of Hello Sunshine, and then we've got to find all the little pieces of the word sunshine, including this little tiny dot. And so somebody asked me yesterday, where do they find these quick sticks? And I did a little searching. So this one's called a quick stick, but I just did a search on Amazon for, I think I called it a pick me up or pick 'em up or something. And I found two different kinds, one by Silhouette, which is the competitor brand of machines, cutout machines, and one by We Are Memory Keepers. The We Are Memory Keepers, I think, was the original people that came up with it, so that's what I went with. And I do have Amazon as a affiliate, so I can list that link there, and if you do buy it, you can use my link. It doesn't give you anything extra, but it does help me, so if you want to do that. Okay, so I'm using my precision tip glue, and I'm putting down the blue layer. All right, there's the blue layer, and then I'm going to take my sunshine and put this on the back. Don't want to stretch this out too much. It will make the image look a little bit weird and not work on this because it's just a layer on top. All right. So now we got to talk about, I didn't put enough on the E. Now we got to talk about the S and the dot right here. So what I'm going to do is put the glue, instead of on the piece, I'm putting it on the background, and then I'm going to use this pickup thing and place it. So this on the pickup thing, it's like a little bit of wax. It's also like kind of the same thing if you're working with rhinestones, so you don't have to buy this particular one, you know. So here's my little top of the eye. Hello Sunshine. Came out real nice, I think. And so we are going to put it right here on the card. And I think I'm not going to use like dots to pop it out because I want to keep that effect of the sunburst, you know. So there we go. And if I can get the glue out. Oh, this is my constant struggle, is keeping my glue flowing. Okay. I think somebody stores their glue. I think I've seen somebody store their glue in an upside down in like a glass. I think I might try that. Okay. Because then that keeps the glue at the tip, you know. All right. So let's place it there. And there's our card. Isn't it adorable? So cute. You light up my life. And then with my little envelope, just going to pop it in there. And wouldn't somebody really like to receive this adorable sunny card? Just so cute. So this again, I'm going to try once again. I'm going to try to give you, somebody gave me a tip on how I could like work around and share my projects. So I'm going to try to put the share in there. I'm also going to have a look at the Raspberry Cutie Giveaway link, because somebody said that wasn't working that great. So I'm going to be doing that and getting ready for tomorrow. Again, it's just a little preview. It is a definitely throwback for Throwback Thursday, right? Isn't it Throwback Thursday? and it has to do with a 45 record. So, oh, one of the things I did do here, just because I kind of got a little glossy accent happy, is I made the cheeks glossy, and I use this glossy accents. This is from Ranger Ink. It's like the pearls, but it's no color, it's just gloss. So you can just go ahead and pop that in there, and make sure you don't touch it, and it takes like maybe an hour or two to dry, but so don't put it in your envelope until then. But it does give it a sort of cutesy anthropomorphized, I think anthropomorphic look to our sun. All right, everybody, thanks so much. You had an issues trying with the light pad. All right, I can try look at that. So I'm just looking. Oh, they're working now, Penny. Okay, Penny's saying they're working, but I will check them again. It might have been an issue with Rafflecopter, which is the independent company that runs that for us. So, all right. So do make sure you get your name in if you can. Go over to our Rafflecopter and get your name in for both those. One is the Raspberry TikTok challenge, or whatever you want to call it, for the Raspberry Cutie. Here it is. And the other is for the Bright Pad Go. And I'll be choosing another winner. Let's see. Today's the 9th. Let's choose another winner on Friday. Yeah, we'll do another winner on Friday. That would be 2. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So thanks everybody for coming today, and appreciate you. I do. And we will see you again tomorrow at the same time. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and get your name in for that giveaway. You could be a winner. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.